Hey everyone, Sunrai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 8th episode of Shinigami to Kuro Maid. I think I forgot a word there. Bocchan. I think I forgot that word. But yeah, we're here for episode 8, so hopefully it can be a fun one. Let's jump on in and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. I don't really have to imagine it because I get to watch it. But he has Alice. That really trumps a lot of that. Which I think kind of implying there. But because you can't feel lonely with an Alice around. When Alice is around, you're basically in a wonderland. My cat's on my lap, by the way. I always mention that because otherwise it just feels like I look weird looking down randomly at my lap. As if I'm a crazy person. I still cannot believe she gets that close. I am nowhere near that brave. White snow, black clothes. We're learning our alphabet. I think you skipped a letter. Yeah, gotta learn about that D, girl. Why are we learning this? I'm sure he'll be amazed, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool like that. Sensei. Why not Kafudono? Looking all important. There's Viola. Her twin tails are always something to marvel at. I would never. We'll see about that. Is that a sore spot? I mean, if it's the truth, it's the truth. At least you know his trigger word. He also has best made with him. Oni-chan, can I go back to the better brother now? Dang. I mean, really, it's just number in particular that triggers him. Yeah. He's a pick-me boy. Yeah, very clingy. One of these days. One of these days. Like she refers to herself as Viola-chan. But yeah. Oh yeah, she not met her yet? This should be fun. And that's how she introduced herself. Why does Oni-chan have a weird girl in his house? She wanted to steal my rubber ducky ad letter. Viola tackle. I bet I could take a Viola tackle. You did not. You did not account for her defenses. We know what her sore spot is. We're gonna play with Viola. Oof. Oh, there's the Viola tackle. Did not look powerful at all, but... I feel like we're not on the same page there. This got kinky real quick. Yeah. Well, yeah, why else would I be here? The way she has her mounted, it's just so hot. Like, I have to say it. Oh, there he is. Look what they get to look at what they get to walk in on. It's like, sorry to interrupt, you know. I know you were just getting to the good part. We'll be gone for a little bit. Of course, I doubt Cop even realizes what that looked like. What a plot twist. Tell her. A wonderful lady with beautiful twin tails. Out the window. She is something. I was actually kind of picking up on that too. All according to Keikaku. Oh yeah, that was the title, wasn't it? White Snow and Black Clothes. Knight to E7. Bingo. Was that promised? She's being proactive, man. No, don't knock it. Let's close his curtains so nobody can see what happens behind closed windows. We're gonna transition to a flashback. Yeah, you want to say gloomy? That's gloomy. Just like my soul and my heart. Somebody clearly needs an Alice in their life. But yeah, it's cool to get a bit of a sneak peek at, yeah, the post-curse, pre-Alice period. Because, yeah, he would have had a real bad. It's weird seeing no cleavage, though. You heard her, Alice. Come to my place, so I'll appreciate you. She doesn't care. That's not gonna stop her from getting close. Were we listening to the same conversation? Yeah, you'll know you'll like it. I mean, eyes are a technically part of the body, but I get what she's saying. Definitely going through this rebellious phase, but she'll fix that. Yeah, definitely at a low point. You really get to see the difference that Alice made. It's a big one. I mean, it's bigger than my room. She's a strong one. Could you imagine meeting her mother? Yep. This whole thing. Too showy. And thus it starts. She told him, well, that sure ain't true. You don't become less true over time. I found you. A hunger strike. No need to lie. Tell us how you really feel. She is a miracle of this universe. And now with one final compliment before we exit. At least I'm not cursed. What does he want is what I'm curious about. I don't think he's accepted her yet. Gonna give her a job to do. Okay. Trying to give her a difficult / impossible task to justify getting rid of her. But she's got this. She's Alice after all. Just don't cut yourself, please. Flashback within a flashback. Seems legit. Yeah, he became kind of a jerk after that, didn't he? But we'll get him back. And let's see it. I was gonna clap, but Cat's using my arm as a pillow. Anyway, great job. So, any more things to complain about, Bocchan? Well, it's not for you to decide. Not want to remember. How funny it would be if there was a misunderstanding and she thought he was someone else, you know? Like, mistaken for someone else. How things have changed. Really. It doesn't strike you as a really childish, immature response, short-sighted. It's almost as if you made a mistake. Oof. Watch your step, boy. That first one's a doozy. You just fell down, man. You just stand back up. You'll be fine. You mean like Alice? The girl that's trying? Boy, has she grown since then. And then Alice swoops down like an angel to save him. Bring him back to the warmth, the warm home. Yeah, there she is. Don't be a baby. Man, those hands. When you fall, I'll be there to help you up. Forever, I knew it forever was coming. Your tears are gonna freeze. Yeah, hopefully you learned a lesson or two from this. It's like, I guess, whatever. How could you not get along with this angel right there? No, there's no I think to it. Those feminine wiles got you. he's the man speaking truth over there. It's impossible not to like her. I mean, there's people on Twitter/X that hate everyone and everything, but aside from those people, it's impossible not to like her. Duke of Death and his maid project. Okay, Christmassy episode. All right, that was the 8th episode of Shinigami Bocchan to Kuro Maid. I made sure to say the title correctly that time, but yeah, this episode. So, what is there to say about it? I mean, Viola. We got a little bit of Viola, which was great. She interacting with the other son, right? The second one, the one that shouldn't be the inheritor, but because the first son has this curse issue, he might, but he might not because it could potentially get lifted. So he's in that kind of awkward position where he's not sure what the future will hold. Definitely has some anxiety. I don't know what the best word to describe it is, but he definitely has some things to worry about. And Viola definitely poking at that a little bit, so that was great. But we know which son/brother she cares about the most. The cursed one that she goes to go visit. I know it's partially because of the old man that's there, but I'm sure it's mostly because of Bocchan. But so yeah, it was fun to see those interactions there. But even better interactions when she got to go see Cuff, right? So I didn't quite realize this was their first meeting until I said so. But yeah, Viola comes over to Onia-chan's house, sees some girl she doesn't know, a little bit curious what's going on, accuses her of being a burglar at some point. But yeah, they got to have fun. She got to go for the hug. Got to sit on her, tie her up, just having a really great time up until people interrupted, Otherwise, who knows where that would have went. So, but that was a really fun scene. Koff didn't take any of it too seriously. We were just kind of having fun. So, really enjoyable little scene. So that was like about half of it. The other half very much focusing on the build up of like the initial build up of the relationship between Bocchan and Alice, right? Because yeah, obviously when he got cursed, Alice didn't like immediately pop up afterwards. He had to deal with that and sunk in a deeper pit of despair and self-loathing and all that. But Alice came by to kind of help pull him out of that. And of course, it wasn't going to be like a magical, instantaneous thing. It took a little bit. You had to like fight through the defensive barrier that he had built up. She had to get a pickaxe and kind of break through it. But she managed it through all of his temper tantrums and throwing things and whining and complaining and telling her to leave and running away. Once we got past all that, he was able to realize Alice's literal perfection and he's much better off having her around, right? And that he's worthy to have her around. That was also kind of a point. But yes, and that's how we got to where we are today. She just over time buries, worms herself more and more into his heart. And that pretty much was the episode. I'm glad we had a little bit of history kind of like filled in. So yeah, where do we go from here? I mean, we still got to work on getting the curse dealt with. That's obviously the biggest plot point. So he can take back his rightful throne as king, and all that. So, but yeah, Alice is the best, and it'd be a very different show if she was not in it. But anyway, that's all I got to say. So, thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.